What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Week 17 final recap of the regular season for the NFL 2017 season. And we're going to jump right into it so we can go ahead and get to the playoff predictions. The Redskins and the Giants, I don't really... Listen, Kirk Cousins, I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. We're just going to go ahead and say that. We don't know how this is going to transpire. As far as the Giants go, to get this win, this was a pretty big win for the Giants. You know, you might think like the season was a disappointment, so they had no business trying to win anyway, but this was kind of good for them to actually, you know, go out, Eli, the whole situation. It makes you feel good. No matter what, winning feels good. Even though you know you didn't really win anything, it's just good to go out like that. The Redskins, on the other hand, we have to wait to see how the whole Kirk Cousins thing transpires. That's one of the biggest issues that's going to be going on in the offseason for them. We have to wait to see what happens there. The Jets, they finished off the season pretty much the way that most people thought they would. The Patriots manhandled them. It was rather simple. I don't know exactly what they were trying to do, but whatever they were trying to do, it wasn't as close as the first time when they played the Patriots. Completely different atmosphere, completely different weather. So that might have played a part in the fact that the Jets just turned around and just let the Patriots do whatever they wanted to do to them. It was a very, very huge line that was going on. I think it was like 14. I was scared to take that line with actual betting with Vegas. And they showed me that I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much what's going on is that I'm going to have to figure out exactly what we need to do. We're gonna probably have to look forward to the Jets firing someone, but I just don't know who right now, because I didn't expect them to win anything. So I don't know. They won 5 games, bro. Like, I don't know how to feel about it, but the Patriots did what they had to do, and I believe they locked up the first round bye. I'm not sure which way it is, because I was drinking a lot yesterday, but I know that they got a bye. The Bears now. The Bears, look, Trubisky, rookie. We have to see how that works out. I have to figure out in the future for the Bears what I like going into the offseason with them other than Trubisky. I think that giving him a whole offseason, trying to get acclimated to the to the offense and doing stuff like that, it'll help him. I don't know if John Fox is going to be back. I'm really concerned about that, though. I think that he's only good at chewing gum like a mule on the sidelines, and I don't think he really contributes to what the team does, but that's just my opinion. The Vikings are in the playoffs. It looks pretty good. They look solid. They finished up strong. We have to wait to see how it transpires. I'm not going to act like, everything is going to be cool and it's guaranteed that the Vikings are going to continue to go on. We got to see what happens. Case Keenum is still, in my opinion, not proven. And you might say, bro, but he played so well during the regular season. Yo, the playoffs is dangerous, man. I done seen a lot of things happen in the playoffs. And I got to be honest with you. I got to go with the best quarterback in the NFC. That's just me. But we could talk about it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But I got to go with the good. I got to see who else wins. I just can't go with Case Keenum. He could prove me wrong, and I'll be very, very happy to admit I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if I want to, place all my hopes and dreams. Even though Trent Dilfer did do it with the Ravens. See, that's what the thing about it is. I'm trying to say Ravens, but the Vikings defense is nothing like the 2000 Ravens with Ray Lewis and them boys. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? Like, their defense has shown that it can break. The Ravens defense wasn't breaking anything but the other opponent's back, bro. That's what my concern is. So if you're a Vikings fan and you're wondering, like, yo, Gmi, what do you think? This is what I think. Well, I'm going to get to it in a second. Because they're not part of the wild card, I don't think. But, going on in the future for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to really dive into the fact of what makes me nervous about the Vikings. But that's primarily what it is. Because I think about that team like I think about the Ravens minus the Ravens defense. Trent Dilfer was an average QB. He knows that. We see him on TV every Sunday. He knows he was an average QB. He knows that he was walked through by that Ravens defense. I don't think the Vikings defense is Raven-esque for 2000. I just don't. And that's what makes me nervous. That's what makes me nervous for all of you Minnesota Vikings fans that are watching this podcast right now. I just don't know which way it's going to go. Vikings and the Lions, we all know how this ends. Both of them very, very disappointing seasons. The Lions go out with a bang, but let's be honest. What did it really matter? If you had one of those boxes and stuff like that, it'll probably work out better for you. But if you weren't thinking about trying to get like a high score or whatever like that, this game meant nothing. You just watched it, ate hot wings, and just laughed about it. Because whenever you're watching a game in the NFL and you know it doesn't mean anything, and we got to remember, when it's week 17 and we know that we need certain things to happen, if we don't care about like the playoffs for our games or whatever like that, if we're not doing fantasy, if it's not a bet, these games don't mean anything. Except for guys that come in that get a chance to make it, to go into next season, and they go out and shine, it doesn't really make a difference. Like, me flipping through this game didn't really have any bearing on anything, so I didn't really care about it. We already knew the Lions were eliminated. The Packers had Aaron Rodgers on injured reserve, so it is what it is. Texans and the Colts. Yo, Chuck Pagano, man, I told you guys this. If you got to go back to the actual podcast. I think I told you guys this like week 3 or 4. And it has, you know what it is? Andrew Luck has a lot to do with it. I don't think it has that much. Well, Chuck Pagano, even when Andrew Luck was there, they were losing. But I told you, the whole Bruce Arians thing when he took over because he was battling the cancer thing and it was the Chuck Strong and stuff like that. The ownership is not going to get rid of a coach because of that situation. They'll get rid of a player because of cancer, but they won't do it when it's so high profiled with a player. And that's what the issue was when we're talking about Chuck Pagano, because he's been underachieving for a while. So it is what it is, and he finally is out of there. The Texans, we know what happened to Deshaun Watson. It is what it is. The Browns were successfully able to go 0-16. Congratulations to them. They've locked in the #1 pick. They are disgusting. The Steelers, we have to see what happens, man. They could have won that game against the Patriots and made the Patriots have to come see them. We know how that ended. We got to wait to see what happens with them. Cowboys and the Eagles. Okay. Like, does anybody, it doesn't matter. This game was horrific to watch. I don't know what you guys were talking about. I might have saw Zeke run around a little bit, but this game was disgusting. And I'm not looking forward to watching the Eagles because you don't got once in a lifetime, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, undisputed. You don't got once in a lifetime. The Eagles defense played great defense. And again, can Nick Foles pull off something like a Trent Dilfer type thing? Probably. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't know, man. I really just don't know. The Cowboys were very, very disappointing. We had the whole Zeke Elliott thing that went on. It was just really, really bad for the Cowboys. I don't think they got a fair share. I think it was unfair the way it all transpired with everything. Sean Lee being injured all the time, all that stuff, the Zeke, everything. I don't think the fans got what they signed up for because of those things. The injuries to the O-line, Tyron Smith, they didn't play well. It is what it is. 49ers and the Rams. Obviously, the Rams sat most of their offense and their defense, so the 49ers went out there and Garoppolo just went wild. And that's what happens, bro. He makes the 49ers look very, very scary going into next year. But the Rams were able to get some rest. Let's see how they perform, man. I'm going to tell you right now, this playoff is going to be really, really crazy. Probably one of the most exciting playoffs we've seen in a while because I can't guarantee who's going to win anything. I'm going to do my best to do the predictions, but I have no idea. Everything is wild, especially the NFC. The NFC is craziness. I have no idea what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really, really crazy, the outcomes of these games. But that's what they do it for, right? They do it for the fans. So let's see what happens with that. But, jumping into the next game right here with the Raiders and the Chargers, Jack Del Rio, man, see you later. That's so messed up, though. When you look at the Chargers, right, and you realize that their kicker, Shampao, the kicker that was there at the beginning of the year that really destroyed their season, it's so bad, man. It's so bad the way that happened. I was very, very disappointed with the whole situation. And I just thought the Chargers were better than their record. And, obviously we're going to see what happens with that, going into next year. But it was very, very disappointing for the NFC West. Well, AFC West with these two teams for different reasons. But Jack Del Rio, bro, I don't know how you fire that guy when, Derek Carr is playing like total garbage. But somebody has to be responsible. Somebody has to definitely be responsible. Amari Cooper can't catch. He had a very, very good year last year. He came out this year. Dude had stone hands. It was really, really bad. So I guess somebody has to be blamed, and why not just blame the coach? That's usually the way it goes. That's why they get paid the big bucks. So can't really feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You really fired the guy. He wasn't even on my radar to get fired, but, he did allow Marshawn Lynch to do whatever he wants with the whole kneeling thing, and you know how people viewed that, and it was just crazy. So that could have been a lot of reasoning behind it, too. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. The Chiefs and the Broncos are who we thought they were. They suck. The quarterbacks suck. Management has to do something about getting somebody that knows how to throw the football in this offseason. The Chiefs going into the playoffs, though, I don't know how I feel about them. I'm going to have to see what happens, but I don't know how I feel about them. I'm just being honest about it. I don't really know how I feel about them as a team. I have to wait to see exactly what happens. I can't really jump to conclusions with it. All I can say is that if they come out and they run the ball, Hunt does what he has to do, everything, just they do the things that they're supposed to do, I like their chances. Because they're the only team, honestly, even without Eric Berry, that I think could beat the Patriots. That's just me. I'm just looking at the way that they're matched up. That's it. But there's so many other teams that can beat them. That's what's dangerous about it. Andy Reid more than likely won't be fired because the guy goes to the playoffs. He just wants cheesesteaks when he gets there. And he doesn't want to play football. That's the only problem. The dude, he has cheesesteaks flown in from Philadelphia. Extra hot, bro, on private jets. But he's not winning games. So we'll see what happens with that. The Jaguars and the Titans. The Jags, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, listen, man. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to say nothing about either one of these teams. We're going to go ahead. We're going to keep it going. I want to more focus on, talking about these teams because they're both playoff teams. I want to talk about them in my playoff prediction that's coming up in the later part of the video. But at the end of the day, the one thing about the Jaguars that I'm going to tell you that's going to be my major issue with them is their quarterback. Blake Bortles sucks. All right, that's my number one issue. With the Titans, Mariota's my major issue. Now, I've seen and read some of the comments that you guys have left on previous videos, and you guys are blaming the coaching staff for Mariota's decisions. And I just don't understand how that works. Because if the quarterback is doing ridiculous things, it's not on the coaching staff that calls the plays. If the plays are there to be developed and they have to make a play and then they do ridiculous things, I don't know. We have to see. But I'm not sold on Marcus Mariota, but I'll get to them in the playoff picture. Saints and the Buccaneers, it don't really matter, bro. Saints is in the playoffs, the Bucs are not. Did they announce the Buccaneers coach getting fired yet? Like, why isn't he in the headlines? That dude needs to be fired right now during this podcast. I don't even know how that man is still coaching. Maybe I missed it because I was throwing him back. It's New Year's Eve, but I didn't see anything about him being fired yet. I got to figure out what's going on with that. Somebody fly me in the info on this guy. Is he still there, dog? Because that dude, they got to get rid of that guy. That dude is a freaking horrible coach. He's a horrible coach. So we have to see what goes on with that. Bills and the Dolphins. Okay. All right, Bills. Bro, listen, you almost blew it. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. You guys are also in the playoffs. It's going to be some really, really nice action going on. I just don't know which way to go with any of these teams, man. And right now, as I'm looking at it and I'm starting to remember the things that happened in the game, I really honestly don't know what's going to happen. But let me tell you something about Jay Cutler. That man, he's one of the luckiest men in the world because this dude left the booth to make $10 million playing like a total bum. But he did have a highlight. He had a highlight of this whole season. He beat Tom Brady. So that's all you got to really tell people. Like, I beat Tom Brady. Like, oh, okay. Now you do whatever you want. Oh, yeah, I got fired, but I beat Tom Brady. Like, that right there, that'd probably be a good pickup line too. But like, what's going on, girl? I beat Tom Brady. Oh, you did? Let's do it. Like, Tom Brady is so GOAT. That's all you really got to bring up about this guy, man. Dude's a savage. But we all know Jay Cutler's garbage. Cardinals and the Seahawks. Very, very disappointing loss for the Seahawks. They had a chance to possibly make the playoffs. They came up short, man. The Cardinals. Is Bruce Arians fired yet? I thought there was rumors about him just, like, leaving. Like, they didn't even going to talk to him. He's just going to walk out the back door. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I have to go ahead and revamp everything because I'm so focused on the games and try to figure out how I'm going to talk about it for my podcast that, after the game's over and people getting fired, I really don't pay attention much to it. I just want to talk about the gameplay. The Seahawks had, again, injury-prone. The Legion of Boom is done. So I don't know what's going to go on with Richard Sherman. I think they should probably trade him in the offseason and do some things to try to get some equity within the team because right now I think the whole defense is just too old. You got, Earl Thomas III trying to be friends with the Cowboys after games. They just don't respect Pete Carroll, in my opinion. So I don't know where the Seahawks are going, and I still think they haven't recovered from that Super Bowl where they threw the ball to Butler. So, it is what it is. Cardinals, they suck. Larry Fitzgerald might retire if he's lucky. Just get out of there, bro. Whatever. Just leave. You're mad old, bro. You got a Hall of Fame career. Move on. But the Seahawks, I'm very, very disappointed in the Seahawks season. Panthers and the Falcons. Obviously, we know now that the Falcons are snuck into the playoff due to this win. Panthers, this is what I'm talking about, bro. We got listen. It's all coming down to this. You know what I'm saying? Cam Newton is gonna be Cam Newton. We're gonna talk about that in the playoffs in a second. But Cam Newton, bro, this is why I told you Panther fans in week 2. I said, look, man, the Panthers, bro, I don't know what you're gonna get from them. They're like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And we saw what happened. So there's no reason to even talk about this in full detail. The bottom line is both of these teams in the NFC South were able to make it. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And, these two teams are dangerous, but for different reasons. You see, the Falcons' offense is prolific, but Matt Ryan has proven over and over again that he can make really, really bad quarterback decisions when it's clutch time. Cam Newton can come out and be unstoppable, and then the next day be a baby that has dumps in his diapers. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but we'll talk about that coming very soon with the playoff predictions. Bengals and the Ravens. Yo, Bengals, man. Marvin Lewis said he wants to come back. I don't know where he wants to come back to, though. Like, where is he going? Because if he thinks he's coming back to coaching, bro, this guy's a bold man, dog. He's a real bold man for making that statement. And I saw him make it, too. He wants to come back. Bro, you serious? This dude, Marvin Lewis, bro, I give him a lot of credit for him to even say those things. But I'm going to talk about, I'm very, very disappointed in the Ravens losing this game. Let me just say that. We have to wait to see exactly what's going to... I've been telling you guys about the Ravens, man. The Ravens, they got Joe Flacco at quarterback, bro. The dude got his money. Very, very happy for him. But Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco, man. And you guys got to understand that. Like, people got to start understanding that certain individuals are what we think they are, and we got to just move on. We can't continue to dwell in the past, bro. We got to move on. Yo, Joe Flacco, though? That dude right there, though? Like, that dude? All right, it is what it is. We're about to jump into the playoff predictions right now. Let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So, looking at this whole situation right now, we're starting up with the Titans and the Chiefs. Realistically, I don't care if you're a Tennessee Titan fan. You know the Titans going home, right? You know the Titans are going home. If you don't know the Titans are going home, write it in the comment section. Let me know, bro. So I could reinforce and emphasize why they're going home. They are not beating the Chiefs. The Titans are not going to the Chiefs and beating the Chiefs. All right? So if that's anything that you're thinking, you need to get it out of your mind right now. The Titans are not going to the Chiefs and beating the Chiefs. All right? That's just ridiculous to even think like that. All right? So let's just get it. I'm not going to talk about Marcus Mariota is going to be throwing picks all over the game. Unless they run the ball and keep it, keep it away from him, and that's it. That is the only way possible that I see anything else different happening with this game. If they take it away from Mariota and only make him have to, throw here and there. Other than that, the Chiefs are going to ramsack him. I predict a blowout. I predict that the Chiefs are going to blow the Titans out. That's my prediction right there. Let me know what you think about it. Falcons and the Rams. This game scares me. Let me tell you why it scares me. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with Goff, and I don't know what's going to happen with Gurley if the lights are going to be too bright for the playoffs. And you guys might be saying, what are you talking about? Just, they're home. Nah, bro, it's a playoff game, man. This is serious business. I'm being very, very serious right now. Everybody, no matter how good you are, you're nervous before the game starts, but the nerves go away when the game starts. I don't know how these men are with the big stage. I haven't seen them on the big stage. Remember, they had Jeff Fisher as a coach. The worst coach in any sports history, Jeff Fisher. So I don't know what we're going to see. Falcons are a little battle-tested. They showed they could lose when they're up 28-3 in the Super Bowl, but they are a little battle-tested. But I'm going to go with the Rams here, even with all the things I just said, because I don't think the Falcons have really overcome what happened to them in the Super Bowl. I'm just going based on just right now, this is what I would bet. That's it. No other thought process. Bills and the Jags. This is tough, man. This is real tough because the Jags have been disappointing down the stretch. Blake Bortles is going to throw a lot of picks to the Bills. I might have to go with the upset on this one right here, man. No, I'm not going. I ain't doing that. I'm going with the Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars. I don't even know why I'm doing it. Blake Bortles is going to throw 19 picks, still taking the Jags. I don't even care. Panthers and the Saints, I got to go with the better quarterback. Bro, I got to go with the better quarterback. It is extremely hard to win in that dome. Look, I don't care if you're a Saint fan. I don't care. It is extremely hard to go there and win. And the Panthers could have won and did whatever they had to do. They lost. It is what it is. I like the Saints. I like Drew Brees. I got to go with, when it comes down to it, bro, I got to go with the better quarterback with a game like this. This right here, I got to believe that Drew Brees and his noodle arm can come out on top with here. Like, if he's not able to do that and Cam Newton plays like a psycho and they're able to win, I got to just say, look, I was wrong. But I got to go with the Saints. I can't, look, it's Drew Brees. Drew Brees versus Cam Newton, I got to go Drew Brees. Even though Cam Newton is like so prolific with running and all that, he's going to do craziness, bro. We already know what he's going to do. He's going to start standing there in the pocket, looking stupid, throwing picks. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll listen to this podcast and know that somebody watches him play like a freaking idiot and he'll play great. I'm just trying to motivate him. You know what I'm saying, to be honest. But all in all, I got to go with all the home teams on this one, man. I want to know what you guys think. Are my playoff predictions on point? Are they not? Thank you so much for joining me this entire year for the NFL recaps that I provided. Can't wait to do the playoffs, man. G Maya, NFL Network. One love.